Hey, Mr. Clash here with another best army for the base video. So let's have a look at this base. This is what I've got. What's the read on it? Again, this is a fresh hit, this attack. So we're going to go through the 5 questions pretty well on this one. If you haven't seen that video, the 5 questions video, just let me put that up there now. Do check that out. These are the 5 questions that you really need to ask about all your attacks when you're coming up with a plan of attack for a base. So you can just see here that there's a little builder's hut at the bottom. That's obviously you need to be scouting the base to come up with part of your plan. So question 1 becomes, what are the threats and where are the threats? Obviously for an air attack, you've got these outside air defenses. They're definitely threats for your balloons and things like that. You have Teslas. We don't know where the Teslas are. Teslas are anybody's guess in this one. You have the Expos. You can see that they cover the bottom air defense, and this one covers the top one, just kind of, sort of. You'll also notice that the Wizard Tower is not really in range of the air defense. Now that means that there is a good chance that balloons will be getting splash damage, health reduction on them without having distraction of the Wizard Tower shooting a lava hound. Okay, so that is a consideration. Look, Teslas could have just been anywhere on this base. They really could have. I did have a sneaky feeling there might have been a Tesla here. I had a sneaky feeling there could have been a couple of Teslas here. There could even have been a Tesla here. Just to make it a little bit harder to get to the air defense. Could have been a Tesla over here as well, maybe even a couple of them. But the big thing, the big Tesla draw card for me was the King. And I had a sneaky feeling that there were going to be 3 Teslas where the King was. It's just a thought that I had. And I've been seeing a little bit, like I've been seeing the outside bombs for witch attacks. I've been seeing the Teslas near the King, sort of a thing. So especially with splash damage, you get some HOGS in there. You've got a bit of a whizzy splash damage happening. You've got the King bashing. You've got 3 Teslas firing. It can all just be really, really hard for the HOGS. So in that case, that's definitely a threat area. Okay, other bomb sort of threats areas are definitely here. There's definitely threats there for a bomb, threats here. Bomb tower is always a threat. There could be some threats here for bombs. This is another bomb threat and another double bomb threat area there as well, and a single one there. So in terms of HOGS, in terms of hogging this base, this is definitely a threat area. This is definitely a threat area. This area, there could have been 4 Teslas in there as well, or 3 Teslas, whatever. This is a threat area. This is a threat area as well. I didn't really think there was going to be a bomb here. That didn't really make a lot of sense. Maybe a Tesla or something, but not a bomb. So as I was looking at it from a HOG perspective, they were my 4 main areas of threat that I could look, the bomb tower, yes, but in terms of where would I need heal spells, possibly. That was definitely consideration. Now, there was always the chance there was going to be a Tesla or something in this location. So, from this point of view, as far as hogging goes, these are the main 4 areas. Or big, there could be threats here as well. Go from the mortar, jump across, boom, big bomb. You're sort of taken out. You'd have to suicide HOGS to know that. But in this case, I thought, well, if I'm going to hog, it's like a double threat area here. So I'm going to be burning 2 spells around the King. I'm thinking there's Teslas. I'm thinking there's a double bomb here that I might have to. I'd really only like to burn 1 spell there if I could. I definitely think there's going to be something up here. So I will definitely be using a spell in this area for HOGS. And I'd like to actually have a spell up my sleeve for where I think I might need a spell up my sleeve. I'm dealing with splash damage in these areas. So that's from a HOG point of view. So you've seen the air, you've seen the other. In terms of doing a witch base attack or something like that, look, you've got to have a look at these. Right, the ranges of the air defense, they do come right out. And whether or not you can get them all with bowlers or things like that is probably a little bit unlikely. So I'll just remove the trash away, and so we can go back to drawing. Okay, so how can I deal with the CC? How can I deal with the Archer Queen? I need to answer those questions in my attack, whichever one I choose, whether it's ground or air. Now, air to me was looking a little bit not quite as smooth, let's just say. Look, I can get this sweeper out, and that's not an issue for my air, but I wasn't really feeling it for the air attack. So did I see a way that I could actually get the Archer Queen and the CC and nullify some threats? Now remember, to Hogs, expose the threats. I've got a double bomb threat here. Is there a way that I can deal with the Archer Queen, CC, Expo, double bomb threat all in one go? Can I do that? And there is a way I can do it. And that is basically to come in from here with a jump spell. That'll get me access to this entire area. It will take out threats, which is Expos, take out the Queen, take out the CC. And of course, it just means I need a funnel on this side. Now, just in case there's a Troll Tesla, there could be one here, there could be one in the corner. So checking on the range of this mortar. So, oh, yeah, look, the mortar's going to fire on a wizard. I will need 2 wizards on this because it's big. It's hard to take out. So I'll drop a wizard in the corner. If a Troll Tesla pops, it pops. And that wizard will path to the gold storage. I'll drop a wizard on this dark drill. And so that will start to take out this sort of a gear like that. That's my thinking of as far as a hog plan goes. So I've decided it's probably better to do a hog, and this is how I've come up with that plan. Wizard on the bottom, path to this pump, and then I can probably get another wizzy there because I've dropped a mortar on the cannon, mortar on the golem on the cannon, golem on the mortar. These wizards will be here. They'll path in this way. This wizard's here. Then I can drop the jump spell, a couple wizards there, king, it'll all path in this way. The queen is not likely, I'll just move that, I'll just clear that off and move all the stuff out of the way. The queen's not likely to wander around too much because it's just too far for everything. So that's what I thought. And depending on which way it's looking, I'll come in heavy with the hogs. Now, at the moment, I am thinking that I'm going to need a heal spell here. And because what makes sense, if I come in with the hogs through this way and this way, I'm assuming this is going to be down. So all of this will path this way. It'll go that way. It'll go here, up to the archer, down to the wizard. The Teslas will pop. I've got a king in this. I'm going to need the heal spell there. They'll all pop over into this area. So I'm going to burn a heal spell there. That's what I'm thinking. And I do want a heal spell for this last area over here. So I've only got one other heal spell to burn. And if there's a bomb up there, if there's something else elsewhere that I just need a heal spell for, if I burn it too late or if I try to save it up here, then I need it down here. So I've got one up my sleeve and I'm just going to wing the first heal spell just to see where I think I'm going to need the first heal spell. That's what I'm looking at. So that's the general plan on at least those 2 heals. The third heal or first heal or whatever, that's not to say this will be the first heal. This is a lot of asking to get hogs to here before I heal them. So I might have to drop that other heal a little bit earlier. So I'll clear that off and we'll have a look at how that actually kind of went in action. I know it's a little bit of a longer explanation, but I felt it was better to explain why I did it. So there's that wizard's gone up to test for the archer, for the Tesla. It's not there. So I've got my 2 wizards on the gold storage, got my wizard on the dark drill. So that's all looking good. As soon as that looks like this bottom wizard's going to get in range of the cannon, I'll drop that golem. So the funnel's just coming along really nicely. Now the reason to drop the golems later, once the funnel's started, is because if I drop them straight away, then they would have been getting shot at for like 10 or 20 seconds while I'm trying to create a funnel, and they just would have lost all that extra health. So you can see that whole side of the base is taken out. Jump spell gets me access to everything. Lava Hound came out, and I was just, when the Lava Hound came out, I was just like, yes. I know Lava Hound can be a bother, but for me it was like, oh yeah, a Lava Hound's what I wanted. The reason I wanted that is because it would allow me to save two poison spells for later on. Okay, so here I've dropped my hogs, and then I'm thinking, yeah, it's looking pretty good. I've got to get the rest of the hogs down because I don't want this to be a bother. You can see there's no other weapons in the core, so the hogs will path around. Now I've seen these pups of chasing the hogs, so I've had to drop the heal spell. The reason I've done that is I've got a splash damage going on there. I've got lava pups chasing hogs, and they can really rip hogs apart because the lava pup damage is tremendously more than the hogs, than the Lava Hound. So once I saw those pups were on the hogs, I was just like, oh no, I've got to keep the hogs alive and I've got to get that poison down. So once I could see this was looking pretty good, no bomb triggered there as it was running to the archer, I thought, well, there's only one place left where there could be a threat. Now remember, at that point I was just keeping my eye on the hogs. I hadn't actually noticed that the double bombs had gone off near the king. I know the hogs had passed over there and it was a concern, but I hadn't fully noticed that both double bombs had gone off. And so that was it. Massive overkill on the hogs. The king's about to go down. Wizard is even in the middle helping. And I've got plenty of cleanup wizards. Now, whether or not you want to bring any minions, you sacrifice a wizard for a couple of minions instead. Like, personally, that's just a personal preference. I'm not a really big fan on that. It might be nice to say, what if there's something in the middle? There's, in more likelihood, the minions will get taken out by an air bomb. If you get your wizards down early enough, we'll have a look at this again. If you can get your wizards down early enough, then you're not really going to be needing your minions. You're going to have plenty of time for cleanup. So you can see here that because I didn't need to bring wall breakers, I was able to bring 2 extra wizards. So I could bring 10 wizards instead of 9, which I'd normally, instead of 8, I'd normally be bringing 8 wizards with 4 wall breakers, keeping 2 wizards for cleanup. In this case, I can keep a little bit more than 2 wizards for cleanup, so I don't need to use them all. So I've got 3 wizards for cleanup at the moment. So funnels created, here it is, jump spells down, wizards taking out the air sweeper, king's gone down. Now probably could have got the king down a little bit, not so early. Now watch how quick I rage the king. Once he starts to take some damage, I'm not waiting for his health to get down half. I'm raging him. So boom, there he goes, rage, boom. And the reason is that his barbs will get the full benefit of the rage, and he'll get the full benefit of the rage. Now I've still got wizards in the core. You can see those wizards in the core at the moment. There's 3 wizards in the core. They're shooting at, 2 of them are shooting at the lava hound. So they're not all going to survive, but that's okay. So I've got 1 wizard that survived in the core, and he's still in the core. Now he's going to be doing a little bit of work there. He's shooting the wall now to help the queen get through. So that's a little bit of an interesting thing. I've never really seen that before. So once the queen's got through, now he's moved on to other things. Hogs have come on, loads of hogs, just way too many for anything to deal with. And now just waiting to all path over. I've got this 1 heal spell left. Now, the bomb tower was always going to be an issue, regardless of if there was a bomb there or not. I would really like to have that bomb tower healed. Now you can see that cleanup wizards have already gone down. The hogs haven't even taken out the weapons yet, and I've already dropped the cleanup wizards. And that's the trick to using your cleanup wizards. You have to drop them early. Otherwise, you're all going to just, you'll run out of time on your wizards. If you sit there watching the hogs and then go, okay, now I'll drop cleanup wizards. As soon as the hogs have passed through that area, get your wizards down. If you know that it's all looking pretty good, and if your plan's correct, as soon as the hogs have gone past that area where you know that you'd need to drop a wizard, drop a wizard. You've done the heals, you do thing, drop a wizard, now you can look back at the hogs. So that is why I chose hogs for that base, and the plan that I came up with hogs for that base. And so the question of the day is, why did the bank teller quit their job? Why did the bank teller quit their job? They just lost interest. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Thank you for sticking around. Do leave the video a thumb up. Do leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the plan or the attack or whatever. Just one thing I'll say on the hogs is I have been seeing a lot of people trying to do hog attacks on these congested bases, and they try to do surgical. Just rule of thumb, remember, if the base is congested, you need to come in hard and heavy on the hogs and follow them around with the heals. Try and have that part of your plan to see if you can cover that with the heals. If it's spread out, you can do surgical. So congested means hard and heavy. Spread out means you can go more surgical. So please leave the video a thumb up. Please let me know what you thought. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next video.